verdict on the... No, those are the old graphics. Let's get those out. The Supreme Court decision is what we need. The Supreme Court has rejected a probe against P Chidambaram. So that's a big relief coming in for the now Finance Minister. This is actually very, very important because this sort of removes the spectre of doubt to an extent from P Chidambaram, at least from a legal standpoint. If at all the Supreme Court had decided on the other side, that would have been a major embarrassment for the government. But the fact that the Supreme Court this time around has rejected the probe, rejected a CBI probe into P Chidambaram's role in the 2G scam is an important bit of relief, not just for Mr. P Chidambaram, but also, of course, for the government. We have got Arijit Banerjee on the phone line. Arijit, give us the news.
Yes, what the court basically has said, Ira, is the fact that looking at all the facts and the matters which have been submitted by the petitioners, no case is made out against Chidambaram, and both the petitions by Subramanian Swamy as well as by another NGO which was filed, both have therefore been dismissed. So that means that there will be no CBI investigation in whether Chidambaram was complicit with Raja or not in this whole 2G matter. This also exonerates Chidambaram and removes a huge sword which was hanging over his fate. The government had taken a big risk in making Chidambaram not only the finance minister but also the head of the empowered group of ministers looking at the auctioning of spectrum. So it seems that now with this, Chidambaram's name being cleared of the 2G scam issue. Of course, as you said correctly, it is not only relief for Chidambaram but also for the UPA government, which has been facing a lot of heat in the parliament as well over these CAG reports. So with the court saying that no case is made out, now there will be no CBI investigation in Chidambaram's role in the whole 2G matter. Back to you.
Arijit, so a quick follow-up question then. As far as Chidambaram's role in the 2G scam is concerned, in this is sort of a legal clean sheet. There are no other pending cases against him, so he is now sort of cleared from a legal standpoint at least?
Yes, in the 2G matter, he stands cleared from the legal point, because remember what Subramanian Swamy had said was that this was not a decision taken alone by Raja. Chidambaram, as the finance minister at that time, was equally involved in this whole matter, and there was also, in this case only, there was that huge letter which was leaked, which said that at that time the finance minister could have insisted on an auction, and based on these facts, Subramanian Swamy had wanted Chidambaram also to be made a co-accused or be at least investigated by the CBI in this whole matter. But with the Supreme Court saying there is no need for that, no case is made out on Subramanian Swamy's petition, it's of course a big relief for Chidambaram. And at least in the 2G matter now, his name gets cleared. Back to you.
All right, and I'm sure we'll hear from Subramanian Swamy at some point during the day, Arijit. But I mean, since it's the Supreme Court which have dismissed the petition, I assume that in terms of his road ahead, this is it on these particular petitions, for sure.
Yes, on this particular petition, this would be the end of it. But of course, there is another matter which is pending against Chidambaram, which again will be crucial, which is of course the whole issue of the whole incident which happened on the counting day and his election from his constituency. But that is a separate matter in which which is being heard by another court in a different matter. But in the 2G matter, yes, this is the end of the road in terms of the petition against Chidambaram by Dr. Subramanian Swamy, who of course has been very successful in bringing out the inconsistencies which happened in the license of the spectrum allocation in 2G in 2008. It was on his petition only that Supreme Court ultimately decided to cancel those licenses, and the CBI, of course, has also filed the charge sheet against many of the accused who Subramanian Swamy had named in his petition. Back to you.
Arijit, thanks so much for giving us all the details. So I think the key takeaway there is that the finance minister now has been cleared of all possible sort of linkages to the 2G scam, at least as far as these petitions were concerned. The Supreme Court has rejected a CBI probe into Mr. P Chidambaram linked to the 2G case, saying that there has been no evidence to suggest that he was directly involved in it. Let me just get some political implications of this. Mr. N. Ram is former editor-in-chief at The Hindu. He's joining us on the phone line. Mr. Ram, good morning, sir. Thank you very much for speaking to us. How would you read this? Definitely a big point of relief for Mr. Chidambaram and the government?
Yes, obviously a major political relief for Chidambaram as well as the government and also the Prime Minister, because by implication, had it gone otherwise, this could have led to the Prime Minister himself, because he was also a party to the decision. I think so. While it's major relief, I think one would expect Dr. Subramanian Swamy and Prashant Bhushan to respond to it. We don't know anything about the details of the order, what the reasoning the Supreme Court gave, whether it's a reasoned order, what the reasoning is, etc. So we need to find out about it. So we can't really speculate on that aspect, why it has been denied. But it is very major relief for the Finance Minister Chidambaram and the government. Yes.
Mr. Ram, just to read out some of what is coming out from the courts right now, the court has said that there is no case made out to interfere with the special CBI court order. Goes on to say that there's no material available on record to conclude that Mr. P Chidambaram abused his official position. So in that sense, again, more or less a clean chit from the court.
No, it's not. I wouldn't read it as a clean chit from the court. What I would say, they're refusing to, declining to intervene in the trial. In the process, the procedure established by law in the CBI court. So they are not overturning the decision of the CBI court. That's what I would read into it, nothing more than that. Because normally a court does not interfere at the stage of investigation. Normally, that's the law, although there are frequent exceptions to this. In this case, the highest court of the land has refused to intervene at this stage, and I don't think you can interpret it in any other way.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for Retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.